Hi all, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In our last class, we have discussed about the little bit of metadata and the secondary name node, right? How the checkpointing is happening. Just we have discussed a little bit of how it is happening. Like in every 60 seconds, 60 minutes, like every 1 hour, the second name node will be contact to the name node and he will ask for the metadata update. Okay, so that is called checkpointing. It will happen one every 1 hour. That can be configurable. You can make it 60 60 minutes or less than that or more than that also we can do it, because that can be controlled by the configuration file. We'll discuss that one in our some upcoming classes. This question also we have discussed. Okay, second name node is a cold backup. Okay, cold backup in the sense it is not hot backup, means the syncing will not happen immediately, means whatever the changes in the fs image or edits, or you can say it is the metadata in the name node, immediately it will not reflect into the secondary name node, and it is a know kind of checkpointing. Okay, once the name node goes down, it cannot take over. Okay, it cannot take over, it cannot act. The secondary name node cannot act as a name node. Only we can have the copy, have the backup of the metadata. So once I fix the issue of my name node, if there is a corruption of the metadata or something goes wrong on the metadata, I can copy from the secondary name node and make my name node and copy to my name node, and I can access my file system. That is the point here. Okay, and edits plus fs image is the metadata. So edits will be stored in the inside the RAM, and fs image should be in the hard disk. Both would be in the hard disk as well as in the system RAM. It will be stored for the faster access. Metadata will be stored in the system RAM. Okay, if the uh, like the name node goes, I mean a reboot will happen with the name node, I can have the copy, second copy, or I can have the metadata inside the disk. That we have discussed. So today what we'll do is we'll discuss how to set up the lab part. Okay, how to do the lab, we have to little bit we have to discuss. Okay, as already have put the diagram here, I have already drawn this diagram before in our last session, so I'm not going to do all those things. If you have any confusion while, if you're not understanding, you please stop me or you can ask me if you have any doubts. Okay, any moment of time, if you have anything, please let me know, so that I'll clarify, at least I'll try my best to clarify your doubts. So our lab part, mean how I can do the lab. Okay, in your laptop, everybody having the laptop or desktop, whatever it may be you have with you. That's our, this is my desktop. Okay, this is my laptop, suppose. Which one? This is my laptop. Complete the first one, first point. Okay, what is that inside? I can have HDD, means hard disk, and RAM. Okay, maybe this is the 4 GB of RAM. Again, I can have another slot, I can have another GB of RAM, or somebody having only one 4 GB of RAM or 8 GB of RAM you can have. And CPU also, right? These are the three main components: hard disk and system RAM, means random access memory, and CPU, central processing unit. These three components are is very major components, and remaining there are a lot many things are there, like motherboard, north pole, south pole, lot many chipsets are there to control all those things, power cables, connectors, network ports, many things are there. Okay, ROM is there, random access memory or read-only memory. So this is the pre-configured OS, pre-configured program. Okay, that can be triggered to boot the operating system from the system memory or system USB or system hard disk. It will be instruct. So that is ROM. Okay, read-only memory. It is already inbuilt. Some program is inbuilt there in the any laptop or any desktop or any system. So this is my laptop. Okay, consider this is my laptop, and it have one IP address with network port. You can have in your laptop like network ports, and maybe it is one network port or say multiple of network ports. That depends upon your laptop configuration. So suppose I have one, so everybody having connected with the net or like internet, so the system having some IP. Okay, you have to open your command prompt and you have to type ipconfig, so that you can know your IP address. So this is to see IP version 4 address. This is 192.168.0.3. It is, this is my laptop's IP. Okay, and this laptop series is, this is the series. Okay, this is the class A, class B, class C you know that IP address, that is the networking concept, so it is a class C address. Okay, so this is the IP address. Suppose one IP address is assigned to the my base machine, so that type of series I have to give to our virtual machine. So what is the setup? In my laptop I can have RAM, system RAM. What is the GB of RAM? I can have 8 GB of RAM. Okay, you can my PC, right click properties, you can have, you know, see, this is my Intel uh, installed memory 8 GB, and this is 2000 Windows 10 system, and this is the desktop name. Okay, it is a 64-bit operating system. Okay, and x64-bit basic processor means 64-bit processor. So I have, this is the configuration of my laptop. Now in this laptop I wanted to set up the Hadoop cluster. So how I'll do it? I can create some of the virtual machine. Okay, so upon that what I have, this is the hardware part, and upon that I can have a Windows machine, Windows OS. This is the OS. Okay, on that OS I can install OpenOffice, Visual Studio. In everything means every application I can install in my laptop. Okay, like that there is a component called Oracle virtual machine. Okay, Oracle virtual machine, through which, this is the virtualization software. Okay, this is the virtualization software by which, okay, through which I can create some of the VMs means virtual machines. In that virtual machine I can install the operating system, I can do the my demo session. Okay, this way I can create lot many systems, single system, by utilizing the hardware. Okay, HDD, this VM will create it, okay, upon the laptop only. Okay, in my laptop only, by using Oracle VirtualBox software. You can take it like VMware Workstation, VMware Player. Okay, many virtualization softwares are there, but here you can take Oracle Virtual Machine, that is well and good. Otherwise, if you are comfortable with the Oracle Virtual Machine like VMware, okay, VMware, VMware already installed with in my system as well, I think so. Okay, Workstation. My system having some issue, that's why. Okay, go to the desktop. Maybe I have removed for free of the system, I think so. Virtual box, yeah, I have removed. Okay, I have removed. Okay, otherwise you can download the virtual VMware Workstation. That is also one software through which we can do the virtualization, we can create the VMs. Workstation. Okay, this is the this is the, okay, if you want to download this software you can install, that is also possible, but here I'm using Oracle virtual machine, Oracle virtual box. This box you have to download. You see, this is the, I'll provide you this link. Okay, so let me check. So now this is my uh, actual resources. Okay, it will extract, it will take the resources from the laptop and it will utilize. Okay, I can give, okay, suppose my hard disk having 500 GB. Okay, and system RAM is 448 GB, and processor also there. So I can take from this VM, I can assign, okay, I can assign 40 GB maybe. Okay, your wish, 40 GB. Here also I can assign like 40 GB. Here also I can assign 40 GB. Okay, like I this, like this way I can create 3 VMs, and I can take 2 GB. Okay, out of 8 GB I can give 2 GB system RAM, 2 GB system RAM, and 2 GB system RAM. Okay, that's that way I can assign. Okay, fine. Okay, that way I can assign to my VMs. In that VM, what I'll do, I can, this is virtual machine. Okay, this is the virtual machine. Suppose you are unable to install. Okay, you can install, you can download the virtual box. I'll tell you how to download. So if it will be not install, okay, and what I'll do, I'll install the virtual box. This is the software, www.virtualbox.com.org. Otherwise you can google it, I'm giving this one, this link to you all. Okay, just download. Okay, download virtualbox, just click on this download. So what will happen, I can have Windows host, OS X host means this is for Mac machine, and Linux distribution. If your laptop having Linux OS, you can choose this one. If your laptop having Mac OS, you have to choose this one. Most of the people having Windows host in your laptop. Okay, Windows machine, that's why you can choose this one, Windows host. Like that you have to click on that. Suppose just see the virtual box is downloading. Okay, it is downloading. Let it be. Already I have installed, but I'm not going through it. But okay, let it be. Okay, 162 MB GB. So once this will download, what I'll do, just I'll double click on that. I'm giving this link. Okay, so that you can note down, and you can utilize. You can just giving to everyone. Okay, for the virtualization download software, we can find from this location. So now what will happen after downloading this software, just to go to that location, it will be downloaded in the download folder. So virtual box. Okay, see virtual box. This is the virtual box. Just you have to double click in on this. Already I've downloaded. Um, I think much before. Okay, just you have to click next finish. That's all. Okay, you have to install. As you know, very simple installation, right? Any software. So you can choose your C drive, E drive, or whatever the drive you have the free space. On that you can choose your virtual machine software. Okay, just you can take it, for what, like it will be asked for the installation, preparing for the installation, just next finish. You can provide the location. Okay, just I'm not going it because already I have installed. Okay, just I'm taking it. So it is taking. Okay, so next, and this menu it will create the shortcut and start menu entries, everything you can have the entry, and proceed with installation, you can say yes. Okay, so that it will be happen. I'm discarding it because already I have with me. Okay, so now what I'll do, it is there, right? So this is already I have downloaded. I have to open it. Just I'm opening my virtualbox software. Okay, so already I have created many VMs. Okay, already I have created many VMs, but it looks like something different. This is the older version I'm using. Okay, this is a very older version, but it looks like almost similar. Okay, it may be the this icon should be here and there. Okay, look wise it will be different, like it may be very attractive it looks like. And I can have lot many VMs. It would be nothing. Okay, it would be like blank. It will be like white spaces you can have. Okay, nothing would be here. So what I'll do, what you will do, okay, it will be nothing. You can suppose, you can think that this there is nothing. Now what I'll do, I'll create the virtual machine. Okay, virtual machine, what I'll do, just I have to click new. It will ask you the name of the virtual machine. Okay, name of the virtual machine. You can type VM, anything, any name is okay. Okay, VM 100, anything you can give. Okay, 1000 VM 100, or Linux VM, or anything you can give. Okay, this is the name. And what is the type is Linux. You can choose Linux because we are going to install the Linux operating system. CentOS, it is equivalent to Red Hat Linux almost. Okay, all the commands, everything would be same, but that is a freeware, and Red Hat Linux should be also free version, but they are charging for the support. Okay, so other Linux 64-bit I can choose like this. Okay, and you can choose the version type, and memory size is 2 GB. Okay, you can take 2 GB. If you have lot many, I mean, like 16 GB of RAM in your system, you can take it 4 GB, so that would be very, fastly your virtual machine will be spin up. It will be create. Okay, create a virtual disk now. Okay, I can create the virtual machine box, create. Then this is the file location. This location you can give where is the space. Okay, in your machine, just you can see, you can check it out where your space is. There may be E drive, F drive, or C drive, anywhere where the space is more than 100 GB or 50 GB, because it will utilize many, it will consume more space, because I'm going to assign 30 GB or 10 GB or 20 GB like that. Okay, so this way you can browse where your space is. Okay, E drive, D drive, not D drive. D drive is occupied by the CD-ROM drive. So E, F in your choice, or in your C drive, anywhere it is okay. Where the space should be more. Just browse it. Okay, this is the icon. Browse. Give the path. PC, and that PC you can have E drive, D drive, anything. Okay, just you can give anywhere. Just I'm not going to give, but okay, let me create. Okay, I'm creating inside the if. Okay, one folder I'm creating, so that it will be VM 1000. For naming convention it would be anything, but for understanding, easy understanding, I'm giving the same name. Okay, select it, just open. Okay, again I can say save. Okay, it's done. Like VM1000 is the folder and this is the VDI file. Then again what I'll do, just I'll say create VDI virtual disk image, that is also fine. Otherwise you can choose VMDK. Okay, that is also fine. VMDK I'm choosing here. Okay, any file, anything is okay. Then dynamic allocation, fixed and split. Dynamic means it will allocate it dynamically, means you can make it more and less also, it is possible. And I'm giving here, it is the hard disk size. Okay, hard disk size would be, I'm giving 15 GB for. Okay, you can give 20 GB, 30 GB, whatever maybe. I'm giving 15 GB of the hard disk. Dynamically I can say fixed size and split also, split into files less than 2 GB. If 2 GB file is there like vmdk so many files will be created. So if it is less than 2 GB of file, it will be split, means it will be divided. That is the meaning. Okay, just create. It's very simple to create the virtual box. Now what the virtual box or VM would be creating. Sometimes your virtual box will not creating, means it will not installing properly. So what is the problem? The virtual technology. Okay, the virtual technology is not enabled. The VT technology should be enabled in your laptop BIOS. In almost all your laptop having the virtualization technology nowadays, it is enabled state. Okay, few people having some issue maybe. Okay, I'm not sure, maybe you can have, if you are unable to install this virtualization software, so there is a problem with the VT technology. Like VT means virtual technology is not enabled in your BIOS, in your laptop BIOS. Okay, so I'm giving you the Google how it looks like. Okay, it is almost I mean enable state. But if anyone having like some issue, they are unable to install, the maximum possibility is that the VT technology not enabled in their BIOS. So how to rectify that issue? You have to go to the BIOS and you have to change it. You have to edit it in the disable state. You have to make it enable state. Okay, because I cannot go now because reboot is required. After that, after rebooting your laptop, you have to press F2 or F10, probably most of the time F2. Okay, once you enter F2, you can have your BIOS option. In that BIOS you have to navigate here and there, it will instruct how to navigate, and you can disable your VT technology. VT, I'm typing here, my laptop is very slow today. VT technology, only VT enabled, I think so. Very slow my laptop, something happened. I have not rebooted the system, that is the problem. Okay, so go to the BIOS and this type of window we can see it. This exactly will see like this. Okay, so you can navigate your BIOS and here virtualization technology you have to enable. It should be in your disabled state. If okay, if you are having some issue, then only you can go to the BIOS and you can enable this. If you are enabling this one, you have to save. It is written like that. Okay, save means F10. Okay, after changing this value you have to press F10. F10, it will be save and escape exit. Once saving, save the option, you have to reboot the system and again you have to install the virtualization software. It will be installed, it will be happen, that is for sure. But if you are not not unable to edit or unable to do anything, just need to follow the instructions by the Google or Google it, so that very properly you can go to and landed in the same page and you can do your changes. Very careful do, because sometimes if you are if you don't know many of the parameters, if you are changing here and there, maybe okay some system crash will happen or motherboard will be maybe bond or something happen. Okay, it is be irreparable kind of issue you can find out, but very carefully you can enable so that it will be happen. This way you can do that. If you have any questions, you please let me know if you're not understanding what I'm doing. Okay, this is done. So now my see virtualization that it is going on, it will be taking 3 minutes. Okay, after that what I'll do, My virtual box is ready. Okay, in that box, suppose my one ready-made system is ready. In that system, there is no operating system. So now we have to install the operating system. Now what we'll do? We have to download the operating system. What the software? It is the CentOS. Okay, CentOS. I have already created here. Where is that link? I'm going to give the link to you. CentOS. Okay, this is the version 6, 6.10 ISO. You have to download from this site. Again, I'm pinging this one as well. Okay, you are not getting. Okay, this is done. Okay, virtualization software done. I have given you the link as well. This is the first baby step we have to do. My system is very slow today. Okay, go for any not minimal OS. Go for the mirror sites, mirror status CentOS. I'll give you the link. Okay, if I'll get proper link, I'll give you. DVD ISO. Yeah, there is alternative download. That's also possible. But let me. These all are 7 version, but I'm searching for 6 dot. Okay, that's why what I'll do is I'll go for the archive. Let me download it from here. You'll get okay. Yeah, this is the link, I think so. And x86. Okay, this is the 64-bit ISO. You can choose any mirror. Okay, anything is fine. And from there you have to download. So now which one? CentOS DVD1. Yeah, this is the software 3.7 GB. Okay, this is the 3 point. My system is very 3.7 GB. Okay, this is the 3.70. You have to download. I'm giving you this link. You have to download 3.7 GB. You have to click on this. Already I have downloaded. That's why I'm not downloading. Going to download. This is one link. I'm going Linux download link. So x.10. Okay, through this link you can download. I can give you alternate download location as well. If that is not working properly, you can go to some other sites as well. No, I'll click on another. I'm going for mirror. Here also DVD ISO 1. Okay, ISO DVD 1, ISO 3.7 GB. This one you have to click. If I click, it will be download. That's why I don't want to download. It's already I have downloaded. Okay, it is going to download. I'm canceling this one. Cancel. Okay, cancelled. I'm giving this link as well for downloading the CentOS. This is another link. Okay, just you have to keep in mind that 3.7 GB, 3.7 GB. Okay, ISO DVD 1 ISO that you have to download for installing the OS. Just see, VM 1000 is ready. It is installed. Now this is the virtual box. This is I have not downloaded. I have not installed any operating system. And now what I will think, I have downloaded the OS. CentOS. Okay, I kept somewhere else. Okay, 6.10 dot means after downloading you can keep anywhere in your download folder or in the document folder or C drive, E drive, D drive. I mean locally you can download. After that I have to provide the path. How I'll do is, this is my VM created. Now what I'll do, just right click on that and settings. Okay, right click and settings. Then what I'll do in general, no need to do anything. It is the name, asking name, type, other, everything already we have set. System, in the system, the floppy disk, okay, it will be installed from the first priority floppy, then optical drive, hard drive, network, it is showing. Okay, you can uncheck it. If you keep also, there is no problem because there is no floppy at all. Okay, remaining like this, optical means it will be installed from the CD-ROM and from the hard disk. It will be boot from that. Okay, from this is the boot order. Okay, I'm not changing anything. Display setting also keep it ready. Storage, in the storage what I'll do, this is the vmdk. Okay, empty, just empty. You have to select, I'll come this point. Audio, no need to change anything. It can take the audio from your laptop. Network, in this network you have to choose bridge adapter, means it will communicate with your laptop to your virtual machine. Okay, or allow all. Okay, means all VMs, anything it can be allowed. Okay, this is the only option you have to change. Bridge adapter, and automatically it will come. Okay, nothing will be there. Bridge adapter, and it will be coming your like wireless or the adapter name, the network card name. It will be show automatically. It will take, only you have to choose bridge adapter. Advanced, you can allow all, otherwise you can keep as it is. Okay, fine. Then this is the only option you have to change, that's all. And storage, click on storage because I'm going to install the Linux OS. Empty, you have to choose empty. Okay, then when you choose empty CD-ROM drive, it will come here. Okay, now what I'll do, I have to browse. This is the browse button. Okay, browse, choose virtual optical disk file means the OS what I have installed, what I have downloaded. This is the operating system CentOS 6.10. This is DVD ISO what I have downloaded, like 3.7 GB. Just I have to open it, open and OK. Okay, I have attached. Now what I did, I have attached the OS. Now I want to install. Right click, start, normal, install. Okay, start. This way you can start, right click, start. Otherwise there is a start button here. Start, select start, so that it will be start. Now it is going to start the virtual machine. It will be powered on. It is going to power on the system. The installation video, one video, recorded video I have done. Just see install or upgrade. Okay, you have to click on this. You have to enter, hit enter, install to upgrade. Install or upgrade. If there is a OS, it is asking for the upgrade, but there is no OS. I am to install. So make it the first option also. It's fine. Hit enter. Now I made it enter so that it will be going to boot. It will extract the files and is trying to boot from the DVD ISO what I have attached. Already one video also I have in my last batch we have made and have shared with the management, so you can ask for them so that they can share with you how to do that. Otherwise you can follow this video as well. Okay, let it be. So what else we have with us, we'll discuss. Data split and metadata means what is the purpose of the Data split means any data coming to the Hadoop file system, what it will do, it will follow the block size. What is the block size? The default block size is 64 MB, and in Hadoop generation 2 the default block size is 128 MB. Means this is the protocol. Okay, this is the protocol. Means any data coming to the Hadoop cluster, it will be divided into number of blocks. The block size 64 MB. So any file, suppose 100 GB of file came into the to store in the Hadoop cluster. So what will do? 100 GB divided by 64 MB. So you can get that many blocks. So it will be divided into small blocks divided, already divided. So this divided block will be distributed across all the nodes, you can say, or into the multiple of nodes it will be happen. So that is called data split. Okay, and metadata means any data coming to store inside the Hadoop cluster. That information means what is the file name, what is the size, what is the data blocks, how many blocks it will be, and what is the uh, location of the data nodes, and the creation of the file, who has the permission of the file. All this information can be stored as a metadata inside the system RAM of the name node, or you can say in the name node having only the metadata information. Okay, all are here, so we can go ahead. Can we? Okay, Lucas, thank you. So now in this diagram, you can see the same thing what I have been narrated. The file came into the Hadoop HDFS file system, and it is divided into number of blocks, chunk of the blocks, or like pieces of the block. Okay, it will be divided into number of pieces or blocks or chunk of the data, you can say. Okay, this is the data node. So this is represented like blocks, and that would be stored. Okay, that information would be stored inside the system node name node, that is called metadata, in the form of fs edit, f edit logs, and fs image. Okay, fs image is the file system image, and edit is the transaction that would be stored inside the memory first, then it will be transferred to the hard disk, because hard disk is the permanent storage. If something goes wrong, or if the reboot will happen with the name node, I can have the metadata inside the hard disk, and it will be regenerated once the name node came into the online. So that is the here, this is the architecture, how it would be like name node. I can have the client machine, and we'll discuss this one. Okay, read and write how it will be happen, we'll discuss in our other classes. Let's see what is the status of the VM. So this is the status of the VM. What is asking it to check the media. Okay, to check the media means whatever the os DVD os will be attached, that is you want to verify it. I don't want to verify it, okay, because it is very good os, I know it, because it is a ISO DVD ISO. If you want to check, it will take longer time. It will be check entire software, and it will be say you'll say that okay, this media is good or this media is bad, but it is very well software, so no need to do the checking of the media. I am skipping it, okay, by using the tab key. Tab in your system, in your laptop, you can have the tab key, tab, okay, you have to make it so that you can navigate here and there. Okay, I'm skipping, so it will not check anything, media check will not happen. Found local installation media. Okay, now welcome to CentOS for the x86, means 64-bit OS. The running Anaconda is the project kind, the name. Okay, in Linux, it will come like Anaconda. So now the welcome screen we are getting, installation welcome screen. Let's scroll. Let me scroll it. Okay, slowly scroll so that you can have next. Okay, you have to make it next. It will ask for the English, the language, which language you can set. It is VX English. Say next. Yes, English. The keyboard. Okay. Then go here. It is asking the basic storage or specialized storage. If you have like SAN devices connected to this virtual box, we can check the this one. But it is I'm going we had the basic because it will be extract from our laptop's hard disks. So it is a basic disk. Okay. I'm going for that next. Now are you want to keep this any data is there, if you want to discard or you want to keep any data, there is a two options, but I want to discard. It means whatever the data is there, because there is no data, I know it is a fresh machine, so if there is a data also I want to discard it. So yes, discard any data. Okay, now here it will ask you the host name, means what is the system name. I can give VM 1000, whatever it may be, you can give any name. Okay, any name is fine, VM1, VM2, VM3, or Linux VM1 or Linux 2, anything. The host name, this is called host name. In network setting you can give the IP address here, otherwise you can give later. So I'm going to give later so that I can show you how to assign. Okay, here also if you want to configure, you can very well do that, but the same user I can give in the at last. Okay, say next. It is asking for the time zone, so our time zone is India, Kolkata, like that. Okay, Kolkata, Asia. So this is our time zone, you can select, otherwise you can, if you are at USA, you can choose USA time zone. Okay, that is fine, otherwise you can say next any time zone, it will select, and after that it will be set with your time zone. Say next. Then now it is asking for the root password. Root is the administrator in the Windows machine. While installing the Windows machine, Windows OS, you can have a administrator. Administrator means he can do anything. Okay, he can destroy, he can recreate, he can create the file. He has all the control, all the permission, full permission. Like this in the Windows, in the Linux machine, you can have a user called root user. He has the everything. Means you are the administrator, you are the root user. Okay, I'm giving the password server, server, anything you can give. This is a very too short password. Okay, very small password I'm giving, server. You can retype it for the confirmation. It is asking, it is a weak and very, it is not, it is a very weak password because I have given only 6 letters. In your company or environment, in your production environment, if you are working for a company, in that level you have to give some difficult passwords, giving some numeric, some character, some special character, all those things, the mix up. Okay, so that nobody can guess it, nobody can compromise this one, the system. Okay, anyhow I can use it. Now it is asking for the space. Okay, replace existing Linux system. If there is a Linux system, it will be replaced with our new Linux system. I can say yes. Okay, there is no required because I have not installed any operating system. And encryption the system, if you want to encrypt, because I'm not going to encrypt the data here. So next. Okay, right, changes to the disk. I'm going to changes the disk. If anything is there before, it will be lose, I lose the data. It's okay because I'm going to install very first time, so there is no data for me. It will create all the internal file system like slash dev slash root slash home slash var. Many things are there. If you know the Red Hat Linux, there is a file system hierarchy. Okay, that is a slash. Is inside the slash I can have the everything, but you can specify your other hierarchy as well. So this is the software installation, like a software choose which one you have to choose, the select the software. So I can go ahead with the minimal desktop. Okay, not minimal, but for your production environment you can choose the minimal OS, because only it will be show you only the CLI, like command line interface. But I'm going ahead with the desktop so that you can feel it is like very comfortable for you as well. Okay, I'm not going for only the graphic, only CLI, the command line. I'm going for the graphical, so that you can have both. Okay, otherwise if you want to add other repository, you can very well give here if you have any repository server. I'm not going to give all those things, just a minimal desktop. Okay, I'm selecting, going for the default, and say if you want to customize also, you can customize your requirement, means other softwares also you can attach. I'm not going through that. I can say next. So it will be installed the desktop version plus the CLI, GUI plus CI, both I can get it. Now the installation started. Let it be. We'll see what is there in the slide. We'll discuss. Or you want to see it, your wish. See, okay. Once it will be land other pages, I'll let you know. Have a look for 2 minutes, and we can move to the slide as well. Now, 1126 packages means the installation OS is combined of many files. Okay, OS is the combination of many more files. So here 1126 files will be combined to form the Linux OS. So it will be one by one. It will be, you know, extracting. It is trying to install the OS. So let it be. We'll go through the slides and we'll discuss some other things. It will take some more time, 15 to 20 minutes minimum. Okay, and read write how will it happen, we'll discuss some other classes. So now here we'll do how the replication is happening. Okay, replication means I can have the replication factor 3. Already I have set as a default replication. Already we have discussed in our day 1 or day 2, right? So the replication factor is 3. Default block size is 64 MB. Okay, and I have, what is the setup? I have one name node, it is a master machine. I can have a secondary name node, that is also master machine for the checkpointing. Okay, and this is the data node. This is the data node, another data node, data node, data node, data node. I can have 5 data nodes in this cluster, suppose. Okay, so now I have the file A, which is collecting from the external world or from other sources. Like this is my client, Hadoop client. So in this machine, this is one machine. Okay, in this machine I have installed the Hadoop software. This is the client machine, because directly the client cannot interact with the name node, data node, all those things, because I am the administrator. So other users who wanted to use the cluster, they can have the permission up to client. From the client they can upload the data, they can download whatever they read write operation, they can do it, but they cannot touch to the name node, data node, all those things, because it is very very critical for the production. So as the administrator we have all the rights, but for the client, the end user, they have no right to all those things to intervene in the Hadoop cluster. So for that reason, we can facilitate one system that is called Hadoop client. In that client, what is there? That is also one system, maybe in Linux machine only. In that Linux machine, I can install the Hadoop software and I can make a Hadoop client. Through that, through that machine, by using that machine, he can upload his file, he can download his file, he can do some small operations what is required by the client. So now I can have 100 MB of file that is divided in two blocks, block 0 and block 1. Block 0 consists of 64 MB, block 1 consists of 36 MB. Both will combine, we can have 100 MB. So now two blocks divided. So what will happen? The two blocks, the block B0 is stores in the S1, suppose S1, okay, and block 1 be stores in the S3 machine or S4 machine. So parallelly, like simultaneously, it will be happen. It is called parallel processing, because the read will happen in the parallel, writing will happen in the parallel. Okay, now the replication factor, when the file is divided in two parts and it is storing in the different data nodes, now it will read the configuration file saying that, oh, replication factor is 3, means the b0 will be replicated like 3 copies. Okay, it can have the 3 copies, and b1 also it will have like 3 copies. So b0 3 copy and b1 3 copy. That will how it will happen. Suppose b0, I'm taking one example and it will be applicable for remaining blocks as well. B0 I'm taking, so b0 stores in the data node 1, means S1, slave machine 1 or data node 1. Suppose data node, okay, the data node I'm writing here, data node 1. Okay, day 1 means data node 1, the b0 stores. So when it will store the data, So what is the, when it is writing the data, what is the who is the first point of contact? The name node is the first point of contact. So the client said, okay, I have a file of 100 MB. I wanted to store in your cluster. So name node, what he has, he said, it is requested to the name node. Name node said, I'm going to give you the details where you want to store, because I cannot store the data. I have the metadata, means it will keep the information. Okay, so it knows, the name node knows all the information. What the information? All the data nodes are reporting to the name node. In every 3 seconds it can send the heartbeat signal, and it can have 60 minutes, means every 1 hour it can send the block report. So name node having all the information of the data node 1, data node data node 2, and data node 3, all are reporting to name node, right? So it has the information, the name node having all the information at this particular point of time, which machine is less load, which machine having less burden and more capacity is available. So it will be pick, the name node will pick that one, data node 4 and data node 5. Like this I have the machine. So now name node given the information to the client, saying that we can go ahead and store your block 0 in data node 1. Now the client came into the picture. The client got the information saying that, okay, this is the B0. With that, along that, it has the information in which data nodes it will store another copies, because block replication factor is 3. So the second copy and third copy where it will be stored, the name node will give the information. You can go ahead, store your first block B0 in data node 1, b B0 of second copy, maybe data node 2, or maybe data node 3, or some other nodes also. So that information, that is called pipeline. That pipeline information can be given to the client. So now the client have the information, or what information? It has the information where to store the other copies. Suppose here the data node B0 stores here, B0. Okay, in the data node B0 store here. Now this B0 want to replicate in the sense it will be copying, it will be copied to the next data, suppose D2. Okay, now D2 having the B0, this is replicated. Okay, this is replicated B0 in this machine. Now when it will be writing, means this is first write will happen in the B0 of data node 1. Now I have the information pipeline S1, S2, S4. Here I'll take data node 1, data node 1, and this is the pipeline, right? It is given by the name node, because name node having all the information D2 and D4, suppose D4. Now it has the information of the client. So D1, this is the D1, B0 is written, D2, this is the machine. So what will happen? It will replicate from this block. This block will be replicated. This block will be, this B0 will be replicated. My mouse is also not working. B0 will be replicated to B1. Okay, B1. Now, now it is written. Okay, B0 is written, first written D1, means data 1, and it will be replicated to the B D2. Okay, then the pipeline I have D4. From here to here, it will be replicated to D4. Okay, because it has picked by the name node, because name node knows where which data node at this particular point of time is free, or it is, now it will be here. Okay, so this way it will be happen D2 to D4. Now D4, it has been written successfully, that block B0 is written successfully. So what will happen? It will give the confirmation saying that whatever the pipeline you have given, I have written. Okay, the acknowledgement will be sent to the data node D2, saying that I have written the block in D4. Okay, data node 4, I have written the block. From D2, it will send the confirmation saying that D2 to where? D1, saying that I have written whatever the block you have given, I have written successfully in the D2. Now D0 having all the information, like the user client having the information saying that it has been written successfully D0 and B0 in the D4, B0 in the D2, and B0 in the data node 1, and it will be report back to the client saying that my write request is completed. So this replication is happen sequentially, one after another. Okay, one after another. Once this is completed, it will go to the D2. Once it is completed, it will go to the D4, and the acknowledgement back to the D2, from the D2 to D1, and the final acknowledgement will be sent to the client machine as well as to the name node. So name node, it will be changed in some metadata saying that okay, these blocks are stored data node 1, data node 2, and data node 4, and it will be update its metadata. So this way the pipeline will be happen, or the replication is happening. So replication is happening sequentially, one after another, but while writing the data or reading of the data is happen parallelly. Okay, we'll discuss how it will be happen, because while reading the data, okay, while writing the data, it is writing here, the simultaneously in the same time b1 also writing, maybe here, here, or here. Okay, the first block will be writing here, so same in the same time. Okay, parallel it will be happen, but while replicating, it will be sequential, one after another. Suppose b0 b1 coming here, d2, then it will be get the pipeline. Okay, from that pipeline it will be go to b3 or b5 or b4, so one after another. So the replication happening, the point is here, the takeaway is here, the replication is happening in sequential, but writing and reading of the blocks will be happening in the parallel. So this is the point here we have discussed. Okay, the reading of the blocks happen in parallel, but writes happens in two ways. Writing the blocks in parallel, all happens internally, we cannot control all those means. So this operations will be happen by the framework, Hadoop framework. We are not doing anything, we are not controlling anything, it will be happen automatically. Okay, where the data blocks are there, we don't know. By executing the command or by seeing the nature of the data, we can came to know, but internally how it is happening, who is doing all those things, we don't know. Okay, how to be happen, and which data node it can be picked by the name node, we don't know. Internally it will be doing all those things. So any doubts, any clarifications required, how it is replication is happening? Reading and writing again we'll discuss some other day. Okay, again I'll discuss about the read operation and write operation, but for time being, the replication is happening sequentially. This is very important thing. Any doubts? If you have any doubts, please let me know. Us and who is connected from iPhone, I'm not sure. Okay, and let it be. What is the installation? It is still 923 packages has been installed remaining. I can have maybe almost 100 or 200 files. It will take again 10 to 5 to 10 minutes. Tushar OS and iPhone, who has connected, I'm not sure the name of that guy. Please let me know if you have any questions regarding the replication, how it is happen. Are you able to follow me, or if you want any clarification, please let me know. I'll tell again and again. Ayaz, Tushar, and iPhone. I'm so sorry, her name is not displayed here. That's why I'm unable to call you by your name. Ayaz and Tushar, are you okay? What I have explained? Can you give me? Okay, then fine. Thank you. And okay, if anything, any questions, okay, you can let me know in the chat box. Also, you can put. Okay. So please try to download the software. I have given the links. Okay, the virtual box plus the OS link I have given. From there, try to download and try to install the softwares and try to install the CentOS as well. This CentOS also very easy. I have showed you. If you're not getting the recording video now also, you can do it because it is very simple. Just you have to spin off your virtual box and you have to attach your as image and you have to click on next finish. That's all. That is very simple. and we have discussed a little bit about the pipelining and how the data split is happening and how to set up the virtual box. So once it will be done, once this virtual box installation will be done, everything will be fine, and we can do some lot many steps. We have to make it, you have to make a perfect system. That's why you have to follow some of the steps. So after one system having installation of everything like Hadoop installation, some of the environment variable specification, I have to set some variables and many other things I have to do. So after once everything is ready, what I'll do is I'll make it a clone. Clone means the same exact copy I can get it. Okay, so that no need to install every time, but for time being, for your practice purposes, if you wanted to install the new machine, you can do as many time as you are if you are interested, you can do many times. Okay, that is very good to do the practice. But if you are comfortable with all those things, manual installation, everything is okay, then you can go for the cloning. Okay, if you clone, you can have exact the same copy, no need to repeat the steps. Okay, because you have to execute many commands to do the setup of this virtual box. So no need to do the same tasks repeatedly. We have to make the clone. So once we'll get the clone, we can have multiple machines. So how many machines you wanted to do the setup your Hadoop cluster, you can spin up that many machines. That depends upon your the resources as well. In your best machine, if your resources are more, you can very well do that. Otherwise, you can do your lab part with one machine also. It is okay. One machine also you can install, and you can do your demos as well. That is also well and good if you have no resources. It is installing the fonts. Okay, Telugu font, Nepali font, languages, all those things. It will be installing. So it is a bundle of many responsible packages. And this is open source. In your production, you are using the Red Hat Linux almost 90% above, but CentOS is also free, and this is the sister of Red Hat Linux, you can say. Okay, they all are same, but that is a commercial one, and this is not commercial. This is the same thing, same flavor, everything is same, all the commands, everything, all the functionality is same. But Red Hat Enterprise Linux, what will do is they are giving for the corporate, giving to the companies as a product. Okay, and they are charging for the only support. They're not charging for the OS registration. If you go for the Windows, if you wanted to buy in Windows, you have to give the money. But for the OS of the Linux OS, you are not getting, you are not paying anything. Only you have to pay for the support. That is that is the difference. Okay, that's why people are going ahead with the open sources. It will be very less cost if you compare with the Windows OS as well as, and Hadoop is very comfortable with the Linux OS. There is a cloud era. Okay, that the distribution means what we are teaching, what we are learning, all those things what we are discussing, that is called vanilla version, like Apache Hadoop Foundation, open source, and that can be bundled, that can be given a single suite by a very beautiful GUI by the Cloudera, Hortonworks, and the Map are okay. They all are making in a single suite and giving as a beautiful GUI. All those things, whatever we are going to do, we are going to discuss. All those things should be in the background. So this is the base. This is the foundation. If you know all those things properly, you can the troubleshooting in the Cloudera, Hortonworks, everything is very easy. It is going to complete within 1 to 2 minutes. Performing post installations, the bootloader. This bootloader is the it's loading the bootable information. So bootloader is the main part where we can have the bootable informations. Grub is the bootloader, like Linux kernel, you can say Linux OS. Okay, the main part, core of the Linux, you can say the grub bootloader. With that program only, we are getting the OS. The same thing like in Windows. Okay, installation is successful. Congratulations, and we can reboot the system. So click on reboot. So after reboot, you can have your username. You might have remember we have given the root password. Root is the username and password if you given something server like that. Okay, so you have to logged in as a root. After that, you can create your own user. How many users are you have in your organization as per the instruction by the management or by the client. You have to create that many users and you have to give access to access this virtual box or access to this operating system or this system, so that they can very well access the system through their username and passwords. Okay, as administrator you have to create, otherwise the Linux team infrastructure team would be there. They'll create their usernames and they can integrate with the Active Directory or LDAP server, so that centrally they can access anywhere by using the IP addresses. So once this screen will come, I'll show you how to log in as a root with the password, and after that we'll wind up the session here, and tomorrow we'll see other things, other how to set up properly. Okay, like what the next step I'll explain tomorrow. So please download the software and utilize and spin off your system in your virtual box. If you have sufficient RAM in your laptop, you can provide more so that it will be very quickly spin off your system. Otherwise, it will take a little bit longer time. Okay, this will get the login screen. You have to provide the username and password. Maybe username will be highlighted. This is the post installation. You can make it forward, and this is asking for the license agreement. You have to say yes, I'll be agree on this. Okay, forward, and you have to provide the username. Okay, you have to provide the username. I'm providing user. Okay, and the full name also user. The password also user 123. You can give anything us year 123. Okay, just I'm giving this is the user information, means it is a normal user. Okay, you are going to create a non-administrative user or it is a normal account. Yes, it is very too weak password. It is fine, well and good. I can say yes. This is the time zone. Just you can set forward. Automatically it will be set the time. It will be synchronized. The dump. This is the k dump, means memory dump. If your system goes wrong or something crashes will happen, it will give the logs will be dumped in this location. Okay, it will consume 128 MB. Okay, if you wanted to enable it, it's enable, up to you. Otherwise, no. Okay, you can unselect, deselect this one if you want it. If you wanted to keep as it is, it will consume 120 MB of space in from your hard disk. Okay, this is useful in case of your system goes wrong or system crashes in a production environment. It is recommended to do this, so that when the support personnel, if you are unable to fix the issue, the support people, Red Hat support people come into picture. They'll say okay, you can please provide the kdump file, so that the kdump file they can analyze and they can very well give the solution saying that this is the issue and you can perform these steps, so that to fix the issue it is very very helpful. Okay, I'm not giving anything. If you unselect, you can unselect, otherwise you can leave as it is. Finish. Yes, it require reboot. If you say enable, you have to reboot it. So what I'll do is, it is set. It'll reboot will happen, so that the kdump file will be activated. It will consume 128 MB of space. So by mistakenly I have not unselected. If you if you if you unselect it, okay, if you deselect it, it will not reboot. But it's well and fine, no problem, because here it is not required. We can create how many VMs we wanted. If it will cross also, there is no problem, we can create. But in the production, it is recommended. You have to select this one. Never deselect the kdump. You have to select. It is required in the production. Again, coming up this system, it will take 2 to 3 minutes. Please bear with me so that we can wind up the session here. It will be populated like two users. One would be user what I have created, that is a non-administrative user, and another is root user. Already we have given the password of the root as well as the normal user. Okay, so two users will be highlighted, means two users. Through two users we can log into this system. Okay, I can have a user and other. Okay, other means root also you can access. User, I have given user at the rate 123. I think I have the wrong password. I have given user user 123. This is the password. Okay, I have logged in. You can also log into the system this way. This is the installation completed. Okay, installation is completed this way, and you can log into the normal user. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss some other things, how to access to the terminal. This is the terminal. I can make it shortcut by dragging and dropping here. You can have the terminal. Okay, this is the terminal where we can interact with the system. This is one way, and another way is the graphical user interface. This is the graphical, like our Windows machine. I can have the my computer here, computer, and user's home directory. I think if you know the hierarchy of the file system, we can better well understand. Okay, this is the host name. If you wanted to see the file system name, the host name, and this is the user. I have created a user, so I have logged in as a user at the rate where it is logged in which machine. This is the machine name. So if you type host name, it will giving you host name here. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss other things. I'll take you further. If there is nothing from your end, we can wind up the session here. Okay, okay, then bye bye, thank you, good night, have a very nice time. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye, thank you.